It's a very good noon. We will wait for 1 to 2 minutes so that some of one is done, then we will start our session. Yeah. I think some of one is joined later. Okay, so we will start our session. So in the previous yesterday, we will discuss uh, about the various breakdown in the uniform field, which will be known as a Paschen's law. Okay. So in the previous lecture, we will discuss about the two things. One is a Paschen's law, okay, and another one is a breakdown in the gaseous dielectrics in the uniform field. Okay. So in this lecture, we will discuss the different breakdown voltage characteristics in a uniform field, which will be also well known as a Paschen's law. So depending upon the Townsend criterion, how this particular voltage characteristics, breakdown voltage characteristics will be shown in the uniform field, that we will discuss in the previous lecture. We will also discuss yesterday regarding the breakdown voltage and PD characteristics of a uniform field, which will be known as a Paschen's curve. Okay, some different aspect, okay, of a breakdown voltage characteristics in a uniform field. Okay, so that we will discuss, and we will also discuss a Paschen's curve in the atmospheric air or the dry air at a certain temperature of a 20-degree temperature, right? So that thing we will discuss. Okay, so today we will have a continuation part of a breakdown voltage characteristics in a uniform field, which will be also well known as a Parsons law. And today we will also discuss some characteristic behavior of a breakdown voltages of an atmospheric air in the uniform field, right? So in the previous lecture we will discuss about the pressure dependent breakdown voltages characteristics in the gaseous dielectrics in the uniform field, and as well as we will discuss the breakdown strength of an atmospheric air in a uniform field with a varying the gap distance between the two electrodes. If the gap distance will be fall, then obviously your electric field intensity will be decreasing. Okay, so that there will be some conditional behavior which we will see in the breakdown strength of atmospheric air in the uniform field with a varying the gap distance between the two electrodes, right? So we will directly go towards the section where we will see our presentation, right? We will share my screen so that my screen is visible to you, and you will look the what will be my presentation for today. So I think my screen is visible. Mm,
Yes, sir.
so yesterday lecture, we will discuss about distance, right? Breakdown of a uniform field of the Parsons law. Okay, we will discuss about the Parsons law, some various breakdown voltage characteristics. What will be the breakdown voltage equation? That also we will discuss how this derivation is coming from. That also we will discuss. Okay, so now we will also discuss this particular versus PD characteristics curve. breakdown voltage and the PV characteristics curve in a uniform field. And we will also discuss the breakdown voltage characteristics in uniform field. And today we have discussed with the continuation part of a Parsons curve for the atmospheric air at a temperature of a 20 degree, obviously, okay, at a 20 degree. So we will go towards this section today. Breakdown voltage characteristics. This is the continuation part of a yesterday's lecture, right? So we will directly go towards the section, right? So first we have to, yes, okay, fine. So what is going on? That it should be written. That means we will discuss today this thing, the breakdown voltage characteristics of the uniform field. That means the Parsons law. The Parsons law we will already discuss in the previous lecture. Okay, so the first point it will be show, it will be more convenient to introduce the relative gas density. The relative gas density, which will be defined by the lambda, which will be known as a relative gas density, right? So, which will be the dimensionless quantity? This particular lambda is a dimension dimensionless quantity. Okay, so it has a no dimension. Okay, so in the place of a gas pressure, we will consider this P as a gas pressure. Okay, and lambda taking care of the effect. This particular lambda will be taking care of the effect of a certain temperature. If we are putting at a certain temperature, supposed to be 20 degrees centigrade, so what will be the behavior of my particular lambda, that we will discuss. Okay, so what is written in this? Lambda will be take care of the effect of temperature on the mean free path of the electron in the gas at a constant pressure. The number of the collision made for the electron is crossing a gap is therefore is proportional to the product of lambda d. Lambda d is actually the product of the free path of an electron inside a atmospheric gas. Okay, so where lambda is actually the relative gas density and d is the distance between the two electrodes, right? Lambda d and tau. Okay, so if we will see that, so how this particular lambda will be defined, this will define is equals to P divided by 760, okay, into 293 divided by 273 if Kelvin temperature plus T is equals to, if we calculate this thing, it will come this equation. Okay, so at a certain temperature, if we put at a certain temperature, then what will be the equation, expression for this? P is actually nothing but a gas pressure, and our temperature at a Kelvin constant. Okay, so for that cases, we will see that our equation. So our equation will become like this. So lambda that will define will be considered as a 0.368 into the pressure, actual gas pressure divided by 273 plus T. Okay, where P is actually where the unit of this particular P will be considered as a TORR torr, and this particular temperature T are in a degree centigrade. Okay, so as I told that is a normal temperature that will be 20 degrees centigrade, which will be your normal temperature. So at a normal temperature T is equal to 20 degrees centigrade and a pressure which will be 760 torrs. That's why we will divided this equation in a 760 torr. So lambda is equal to 1. So if this particular condition will be arise, so for that cases this will be nearly equal to 1. Okay, so equation for the normal temperature and the pressure will be what? Normal temperature and the pressure will be what? UB. As UB, I already discussed in the previous lecture that UB is actually what? As I told that UB is actually nothing but a breakdown voltages. Okay, at a particular field intensity, EB. Okay, so whenever E0 that is equals to EB, so from for this cases, this UB, that means the breakdown voltages which will be occurred. Okay, so UB is actually nothing but a function of PD, where P is actually the pressure and D is actually the distance between the two electrodes. So from there we can say that UB is actually the expression for the UB is 6.72 root of D plus 24.36 D, right? Or we can say that your EB, as there will be the relation between EB and UB, if E0 is equals to EB, due to this condition your UB will be vary, right? So what will be my EB? EB is actually 24.36 plus 6.72 divided by D, that is actually the kV per centimeter. As this is actually the unit of your electric field intensity. So the unit of eb is actually your kV slash centimeter. As we will already discuss, we will in the previous lecture we are discussing the field intensity curve versus my PD curve. Okay, and we will describe how we will consider this particular calculated value, and the Paschen's curve, this particular curve will be known as a Paschen's curve depending upon what the field value is. That means what your UB is. Okay, so UV is actually nothing but a breakdown voltage due to the field intensity EB, and UV will be considered as the function of P and D. Okay, so for that this particular equation is actually though, so UB is actually the function of PD, which will be known as a Paschen's law, right, which will be known as a Paschen's law. So, and that particular equation will be developed in a for the electronegative gas. So in the atmospheric air we will know that we have a N2, CO2, H2, methane. So all those gases is under the electronegative gases. So this particular equation will be only be considered when we will use the electronegative gas particle inside the atmospheric air, and this equation will be satisfy the Paschen's equation. Okay, so from there we are considering this equation that UB is equals to 6.72 lambda root of t. D is actually nothing but a distance between the two electrodes plus 24.36, which is actually the parameter into the D. D is actually the distance between the two electrodes. If we simplify this equation, then it will come like this. Whereas we can say that UB, that will depends upon EB. Whenever EB is increased, then only your UB is increasing. That means UB, or that means it will depends upon EB. Okay, so UB is actually directly proportional to EB, right? So here also we can say that this thing, these things we will discuss KV per. So where we can say that this particular P, P under the torr. Okay, this is actually the unit and T is in degree centigrade. So at a normal temperature, T is equal to 20. So same thing which we will there. So these are the same thing. Okay. So now what is written in this part? Okay. So what is written in this part? So it is interesting to note that even in the uniform field, so all those equation is under consideration on a uniform field, not the non-uniform field. Okay, we will consider the uniform field if we will consider the Paschen's law, right? So what is written over there? It should be written that even in the uniform field at a constant pressure, and at a constant temperature, right, the electric strain, which will be known as your EB, electric field intensity, or the electric strain of a air, is not constant. Although your P and T will be constant, still your EB will be not been constant. Okay, it tends to 24 kV. It tends to 24 kV per centimeter for a very long gap, if the distance of D will be very large. Okay, if the distance of D will be very large, so due to the constant pressure and the temperature, our electric strength of a air, it should not be constant. It will be tends to increase 24 kV or near about 24 kV. This will be the approximation value of your EB. Okay, for a very long gap. That means for a long gap means if the distance between the two electrons will be increased. So for that cases, your EB will be tends to increase. Okay. So the value 31 kV per centimeter, the value 31 kV centimeter is applicable only for, so we have a value of 24 kV and we have a value of EB is equals to 31 kV per centimeter. That value will be happened only when D is equals to 1. Okay, that is for 1 centimeter gap. That means actually what does it signify? It means that 1 centimeter gap, this is 1 centimeter gap, 1 centimeter gap and a 760 torr torr pressure and a 20 degree centigrade temperature, what will be the value of AB? Okay, so whenever at a 1 centimeter gap, having a pressure of a 760 torr and a temperature of a 20 degree centigrade, because this is actually my pressure which will be fixed, and this is actually my temperature which will also been fixed. Okay, so for that cases, what will be my value of EB? 31 kV per centimeter. And in the previous cases, what is shown that EB is equals to 24 kV per centimeter when this D will be the very large. That means when D is more than 1, D is more than 1. So for that cases, we are getting the values of EB is at 24 kV centimeter. For that cases also, we will considering the 760 torr of pressure, okay, and a 20 degree temperature, 20 degree centigrade at a constant temperature. Okay. Now we will say that for a gap of fuel, whenever, now the second effect will be that when D is less than 1, when D is very small, that means supposed to be a few millimeter, that means gap is very small. So for that cases, what will be the effect of, what will be my effect of EB? Okay, so if the gap will be very much minimum, that's supposed to be 0.5 mm. Supposed to be, if your D will be 0.5 mm, so for that cases electrical field strength that is much higher than 31 kV. Okay, so whenever we have to decrease the distance, okay, whenever you have to decrease the gap, we will see that our EB will be increase. Okay, our EB will be increased. That means it will inversely proportional. Okay, that means what? That means this particular field intensity EB is inversely proportional to 1 by D. Right. So here also it should be written that electric field strength is much higher than the 31 kV centimeter, and it has been measured to rise at about 92. That means if it will be goes down again. Suppose if we have a value of a 0.1 mm, so for that cases my EB will be goes to 91 kV per centimeter. Okay. So at a gap of 1 second. Okay, at a gap of 0.1 mm, right? So a plot of an equation. So we will see this particular curve. That curve will be show the breakdown voltage characteristics of a atmospheric air in a uniform field. Here it will show the electric field intensity, and in this axis we will show the gap. Okay, so that means the distance. So this axis will be defined as a D, and this axis will be defined as a EB. Right. So here we will see that there will be the different values of EB, and there will be some different values of D. That means the distance. Okay, or the gap. Okay. So here it will show that if this particular distance, we can say this particular distance will be considered as a small gap distance, or we can say that the small distance should be considered as a this particular distance have a very small distance. If I considered, so if the distance of D will be very low, so for that cases we have a increased value of EB, right? So here we will see that, so this particular 10 to the power minus 2, this value will be very minimum. So that is your D. So for that cases, you will see that my value of EB will be 90. Okay. So whenever my D is equal to 0.1 mm, that will be nearly equal to 10 to the power minus 2. So for that cases, we will see that my EB will becomes to 90 kV per centimeter, right? So when it should be goes increasing, suppose when it will be 2, it will show that it will continuously decreasing. If the value will be 8, so for that cases it will be goes supposed to be this point to this point, right? Okay, so this point will be considered as a 8 and 30, right? This point to this point will be considered as a supposed to be 75 and 2, because this 2 is actually nothing but a D. Okay, and this 75 will be nothing but a your EB, right? So this 8 will be nothing but your D distance, and this 30 will be defined as a EB. So there will be, whenever we have a very small value of D or the small gap, then we will see that we have an increase of a voltage. So that will show the graph of a breakdown voltages characteristic at an atmospheric air in the uniform field, or we can say that this particular graph will be known as the relationship between the distance D and whatever my field intensity in the atmospheric air, right? So I think it will complete it. So these things will be remaining in the previous lecture. Okay, so that thing we will discuss. So keep remind this equation, all those equation which I will show you, that this equation, what will be my relative gas density. So this will be one important equation for calculation of a numerical analysis, right? So this equation, which will be also very important, what will be your UB. Okay, so that equation, which is also very important for the numerical analysis, or this equation, this is also the very important equation for numerical analysis, right? So these are the equation where you have to whenever you have a numerical analysis part, you have to recapitulate all those equations, right? Okay, so now we will complete the lecture session for the pressure dependent breakdown voltages characteristics. We will all that will already be discussed in the yesterday's lecture in the gaseous dielectrics, that means in a uniform field, and which will be known as a Parson's law. And we will also discuss the relationship between the distance D and your EB, that is will very well known about the breakdown strength of a atmospheric air in the uniform field with a varying gap distance. So varying gap distance means we are varying the gap. So depending upon the gap distance, our what will be my breakdown strength, or we can say that what will be my how this particular UB or EB will be vary depending upon the various values of D. Okay, if the D will jitna minimum hoga, utna if your EB will be increased. Okay, so at a different value of 0.1 mm, okay, suppose D is equal to 0.2 mm, okay, up to D is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay, so different values of D, what will be my EV? That will be the relationship between this. Okay, so this characteristics curve will be show the relationship between the distance, okay, or the small gap and your EV, right? Okay, so today now we will directly go to the another section where we will to discuss about the breakdown of a, we will take more 10 to 15 minutes, okay, then we will stop. Okay, so what we will see that in the today's lecture we will see that our main objective is to the breakdown of a gaseous dielectrics in a weakly non-uniform field, weakly sorry. So weakly non-uniform field, breakdown of a gaseous dielectrics in a weakly non-uniform field, and the limitation of value of mu. Mu is actually nothing but a coefficient. Okay, or we can say that it's a you can say that it's a SCHWAIGER, Schwinger factor, or we can say that it's a coefficient. Okay, so Swinger is actually is a scientist who will develop this particular equations. Okay, so in this lecture we will discuss the two things. These are my objective of this particular session. So first we will discuss about the breakdown voltage characteristics for the weaker non-uniform field, and the second one we will discuss the limiting value of a Swinger factor, which will be known as a mu. Okay, so what we will see that first we will discuss these things, the breakdown voltage characteristics in a weakly non-uniform field. So all those in the previous cases we will discuss the breakdown in a uniform field. So now we will discuss at a breakdown voltage characteristics in a non-uniform field, which will be very weaker. Okay, so in case of a non-uniform field, what will be my voltage characteristics, breakdown voltage characteristic? So here it will show that the breakdown mechanism in weakly non-uniform field is similar to the uniform field, likely to the uniform field in a PB intersection. Okay, okay, there will be the two type of band we will see in the electron emission. Okay, the valence band and the PB inception band, which will be known as a UI, right, in a non-uniform field, right, and the breakdown voltage in the weaker non-uniform field are equal. Okay, so whatever the voltage we are applied, that is equal to my UI. Okay, so the breakdown voltage can be estimated from the following relationship, which will be known as a Schwinger equation. So how an equation is derived? UI is equals to UB. Okay, that is nearly equal to EB max into D into mu, right? So that is also my important equation, where UI is actually nothing but a field intensity, or we can say that the breakdown voltages, okay, in a non-uniform field, where we will see that here also we will consider, here also we will consider this UB. This UB is actually nothing but a breakdown voltage in a uniform field, right? And here this UI is actually nothing but a breakdown voltage in a non-uniform field, which will be in exactly same as your breakdown voltages. So if this particular condition will be arise, so what will be my UI? What will be my UI? UI is actually near about your UB. So this UB is actually nothing but a breakdown voltages. Breakdown voltages UB is actually nothing but a breakdown voltages in a uniform field, which will be nearly equal to EB max. EB max is actually nothing but a maximum breakdown field intensity. It will be maximum breakdown field intensity. Okay, D is actually, I already discussed, is a distance or the gap, we can say. Okay, gap between, or the distance between the two electrodes, and mu is the factor. Okay, Schwinger factor. Okay, or we can say that it's a coefficient. So from there, this particular equation will become. Okay, so at a certain breakdown of the voltages, or at a certain breakdown voltages, we will see that the maximum breakdown field intensity EV max in the electrode system or the equipment having the gaseous dielectrics is always higher than the EB. Okay, that is what is written over there, that we will see that this particular EB max is always higher than the values of your EB. Okay, so intrinsic electric field intensity, okay, in a gaseous dielectrics, obviously. Okay, so we will know that we have three different type of dielectrics. One is a gaseous dielectrics, another one is a liquid dielectric, and the solid dielectric. So in case of a gaseous dielectrics, we will discuss these things. Okay, so for that breakdown characteristics, due to this particular breakdown characteristic is weakly non-uniform field, mainly depends upon the geometrical factor of a mu, or the geometrical coefficient of a mu, okay, which will be uniformly distributed throughout the electrode configuration, right? So the breakdown characteristics for the different gap length between the two sphere, between the two, if we will consider the two different sphere, supposed to be we have two different electrodes. Okay, and if you are putting this particular electrode, so supposed to be this is positive and this is negative, and some electrode which will be flow through positive to negative. So suppose this is your anode and this is your cathode. So what will be my breakdown characteristics in this particular gap? So depending upon the different length, depending upon the total length of the particular electrodes and the distance between this particular section to this, that will be depends upon what my value of lambda is, mu is, right? So it can be also seen if the gap distance d between the sphere is increased. If we can see that if we have increased this particular distance d, then this particular Swingen factor that will also be decreased. So there will be the relations between d and mu. So when we will increase the values of d, or we can decrease the values of d, so for that cases, if we increase these things, then your value of mu will be decreased. If we decrease these things, then for that cases your mu value will be increased. So there will be some proportional version of mu, right? So inversely proportional. Okay, so for that cases we can say that the field becomes more non-uniform. Okay, if it will be inversely proportional, so we can say that this will satisfy the uniformity of a particular situation, or the uniformity of a particular electrodes, right? So we can say that if we measure the values of ub, if we measure the values of ub, okay, so the what will be the characteristics of the d, अगर हमको value of measure करना है ub का, तो what will be the my values of d, that will be known as, that will be known as my this characteristics, which will be known as this. It will be the characteristics between eb max versus my D. Okay, so this particular car, which will show the relationship between EV max, which will be intrinsic maximum field intensity, or we can say that the maximum field intensity, maximum breakdown field intensity versus my what will be my gap. Okay, so if there must be have a correlation between d and mu, also we can know that d is inversely proportional to 1 by mu. So for that cases it will vary this particular characteristics, which will be also be depends upon the whatever my value of mu is, right? Okay, so whatever my value of this, okay, that we will consider. Okay, so I think we will stop the session for today because I have another class from 1:15. Okay, so we will stop the session for today. We will discuss the few things in the latter part in the tomorrow I have a class in the same time, not the same time. I think I will take the classes from 10:40. If you do not have any classes, then we will discuss the few things related to this. Okay, so So today we will stop our session. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.